What's going on, everybody? This is Jack with the Trading Tribe. Excited to be back at it today with some more trading content. And today we're really going to be talking about what my morning routine on a trading day actually looks like. I think this can really help with just like a day in the life and how I actually get ready for actually trading in the markets and what that routine typically looks like. So, if this is valuable, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button to the channel. We have a ton of new content coming out this next year, so super excited with what's to come. But in this case, we're going to look at natural gas. This is one of the things I trade day to day, so this is definitely involved in that morning routine, and we'll kind of take it from here. And for me, I usually wake up between 5:30 and 6 Central on Monday through Friday. And a big reason for that is because I'm mainly a futures trader, and futures actually open up pretty early. So they're typically trading all throughout the night for those 5 main trading days. And so what I like to do is I like to wake up a good bit before market open to actually determine, right, like what's actually happening in that market. So whether I'm looking at the ES or the S&P 500, or I'm looking at natural gas, right? Both of which are futures and both of which trade overnight. And this can be really valuable for determining direction and determining, right, what the actual future is doing throughout that night session. And this is actually a Monday, so we'll notice that we had a gap on Sunday. So one really important thing kind of involved in that morning routine is I will try to understand, right, what happened over the weekend, especially on a Monday. So in this case, right, we had a really big gap down, which we talked about in that last video, but that's kind of the first thing I like to understand, right? We have a big gap down. We have videos on the channel on kind of the different ways I tackle gap downs in the market. But a really important thing to notice is just over the weekend, right? Natural gas saw a lot of weakness when it opened back up Sunday afternoon. And then I'll look at, right, overnight, right, what happened with price action. So we had a major drop in price, and then we'll notice, right, we bounced right at the long-term level we're watching. And this is a major support level. If we go back to that daily chart, we'll notice this is that main daily level for natural gas that we've been watching for months, and we're back at that level. So the gap down, interestingly enough, really brought us right to that 5.75-ish area, which, this is where that initial breakout happened in 2022, and then another bounce at that level in July of 2022, and then another major bounce in October of 2022. So we're back there really for a fourth time, and we're expecting buyers because this has been a support level, but we're coming back pretty quickly to that level. If we notice the last major pullback that came down to this level, we had a really strong clean bounce. We're not seeing that this time, right? We had another pretty big pullback, and we did have a pretty good bounce, but we failed a couple times pretty quickly. And we'll notice kind of in this mini trend, if we look at like the 20-day chart, maybe we'll notice we're actually kind of making lower lows. So we wanted to see it hold up above this kind of pocket of lows for kind of an uptrend on that monthly time frame, but it's not doing that. So we gap down to a really, really important level. We obviously want buyers to step back in because that's what they've done all year. But that's something really important in that morning routine, especially on a Monday. So we're always keeping in mind, right, where did the gap put us in the futures market? What is the price action showing us? So we'll notice, it did gap down, like we were saying, to that level, but it did bounce, right? So to the penny, buyers stepped in and had a major move overnight. Then it did roll back over and get pretty close. So I'm actually watching this as kind of a zone because buyers turned price around at this level, which was pretty close to our major level. And then they actually did it again. So price came all the way back down in kind of this later morning session and is bouncing again at that level. And there's really two things that could happen here today, right? We could base out at this support level and begin that major long-term time frame uptrend, or right, we could fail through this level and have somewhat of like a breakout retest or a breakdown retest. So tons of potential here, right, either way for natural gas, because if we remain strong, right, we could go all the way back to like the tens. And then if we go back to being a little bit weaker, right, natural gas, I think on a normal year can go all the way down to like the high ones, right? So we have a lot of room to kind of course correct and fall back to normal as well. So super excited for kind of what's to come. I wanted to have this session to just show kind of a day in the life and what that Sunday morning prep and Monday morning prep looks like. What are the differences with both? And typically on those trading days, I'll try to understand where price is, understand right that overnight price action, and set my levels so that I can really have those trades somewhat predetermined and pre-planned. So nothing crazy today, right? We're just watching kind of a zone, but this can pretty quickly correlate to some really nice trades as well. So hopefully this really helps. And if you start getting up a little earlier for your trading day, hopefully you can incorporate some of this to make some better trades. Thanks, everybody.